Alright guys, it's the Inception Closer here with an update. Still out in the farm, out in the middle of nowhere. We traveled about 600 miles from my home to get to the farm. And I've been having fun, doing a lot of golf. And I'm with a new account that Sales Cypher assigned to me, which I'm really digging, really loving the team. So there's a couple of sales guys that I support. My job is basically to just clean up the chaff. So as they're slamming deals left, right, and center, anybody that gets left over, I pick it up and make sure that there's nothing missing. So sometimes what happens is people ghost for whatever reason right at the midnight hour. Who knows what it is, but my job is to come in and help support. Also, if new leads come in, I triage them to death. I get them warmed up, pre-qualified, so that they're prepped and ready. By the time they get to the sales people, it's a slam dunk. It's a slam dunk because I'm going to qualify them hard. Not too hard. Just hard enough that they know what's coming. And if it's a good fit and all this kind of stuff, they'll know. They'll know by then. Because after the phone call with me, they will absolutely know. And I punt the tire kickers, the people that are skeptical and all this kind of stuff. Don't have any time for that. Punt them. Punt. And then what else do I do? Learning software, learning HubSpot. Like I said in my earlier videos, learn the software, man. You got to know this stuff down. I spent a lot of time in Close.io. Found out this account mainly uses HubSpot. They are transitioning eventually over to Close.io. Little bit of a hiccup there, so I had to ramp up quickly by watching videos late at night just to make sure I'm not missing anything, all this stuff, learn about how to manage tasks, all that kind of stuff. So learning software, you have to know all kinds of platforms. It's ridiculous how many platforms. And then I also temporarily purchased a US number because a lot of US companies do not look at Canadian phone numbers. Just like sometimes if I see a US number and I'm in Canada, unless I know who it is, I'm not picking it up because it's usually a sales call, heaven forbid. So I have a US number out of Washington, DC. Good place. I wanted Seattle. Ended up buying a US number in Washington. So yeah, that's just temporary until we get things sorted out, but that way I can just start hammering on the phone calls and that. So I booked my first triage call today, 15 minutes long, with the company in California. They make about 10 million. They've made $10 million so far this year, and worldwide they're about 500 million. Sounds crazy. Sounds really crazy. But anyways, everybody says they make a lot of money. Who knows? But they're pretty happy with the idea of getting a couple of customers a month. So it's a big deal to them if they get two. And they're thinking about getting rid of their sales team in India. They're thinking that maybe it's not working right now because they don't understand the culture in the US. And I do. I've lived in the US. I lived in Minnesota. I travel to Seattle every year. I've been to Florida. I've been to Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Arkansas, all these places. St. Louis, I've been in the Arch. I was going to say the Golden Arches. That's McDonald's. But I've been inside the Arch, been to the Space Needle. I didn't go up it. But Seattle's one of my favorite cities. Absolutely love Seattle. If I could live there, I would. Honestly, I would live there. No problem. Anyways, so triage was a success. Booked them on a calendar for the sales guy. Used the sales guy's link so that it'll populate for him, and then he can manage that account, give him a call, all this kind of stuff. So it's fun. I like it. I consider that easy peasy lemon squeezy because I've trained hard over the past year to do stuff like this, and I find it second nature now because I've read my script probably, I don't want to say I've read it 400 times because that would be conceited, and I don't think I've read it 400 times. 250 maybe, 260, something like that. and then also my triage script and all that. So I know it cold. I know where I'm going, all this kind of stuff. And I think it shows in in the phone call, because the prospect that was on the phone was starting to go off a little bit, and I'm like, whoa, hang on 1 second. I just brought him back instinctively, because that's what Matt always does to me if we're on a role play. Like, he can't even go off into the weeds. He never lets you get a chance to do that. So same thing with Jeremy Miner. So I'm being trained by the best salespeople on the planet. So I'm very happy where I'm at right now. Happy with the team, the boys, making new friends on the team, all this kind of stuff. And again, my job is to support them, help them make thousands and thousands of dollars. And then the goal is to segue me into being part of that team and being a closer. But you got to put in your dues. You got to help them out. You got to support. You got to do whatever it takes. Whenever, evening, morning, day, whatever, put sleep aside. You just put it aside and you help them out. And then the goal is eventually that I will become an inbound closer with this organization. I'm excited. I'm having fun. I'm pumped. I'm jacked. I'm enjoying life. I might look exhausted. But we just came from town and we're watering the garden and all this kind of stuff. And lots of stuff. Been working out in the farm, driving the Kubota around, all this kind of stuff. So golfed a ton. Anyways, that's a long update, but hopefully somebody appreciates it, especially if you're out there and you're thinking, you know what, maybe I want to become an inbound closer. What does it take? Well, subscribe to my freaking channel and follow my journey. Like, subscribe, watch the video to the end. Let's have a code word, just so you know, just so I know that you've watched this thing. Call it sleepless, because basically you gotta hustle, you gotta ignore sleep. Hashtag sleepless. There we go. That tells me that you've watched this video in its entirety. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.